Hey everyone, I got a few things going on. I built this cover for my more tropical-ish plants for the winter. This is December 2016. I got a few things going on. Let's see. I planted the plumeria in the ground. Show you the papaya. Unfortunately, it looks like it's battling some root rot. It is growing in the compost, and it has been raining a lot lately, and it's been really cold. So chances are the roots are rotting. I originally planted this on a mound, and as the compost decomposed, it kind of sunk down, and then it fell over, and then it started growing. But I think it's probably not going to make it. With my experience with papayas, which I haven't had a lot of experience, but I've tried to grow them quite a few times, and just haven't been that great at it. I should have put it more on a mound, maybe a clay mound or something, I don't know, but I'll do better next time. Oh man, the red Russian kale loves this compost. I've got some really big leaves. Let's see. Yeah, this one's nice. It's loving the cold weather and the compost and the rain. And I also have a bell pepper in here. That is the sole survivor of all the peppers I planted. Let me come over here. This is the Malabar spinach I just took over, and it is flowering like crazy, and has lots of berries. That stuff is awesome. I'm gonna plant that in a lot of different areas next summer. There's some more berries down here. Wait, there it is. Let's see, and I have a few tomatoes now. There's some there, there's one here. They weren't doing well in the heat. I wasn't watering this garden. Uh-oh. I'm standing where there's fire ants. I wasn't watering the garden during the summer. And some of the plants, some of the tomato plants and the kale and the pepper actually survived. So, and also the Malabar spinach, which thrived. So compost makes a huge difference. I've got a sprinkler now, so set up and a timer. So that's another thing I got going on. I've decided instead of just digging everything, I'm going to just dig some holes, throw some compost in it, and then plant some seeds. These I started in pot and then planted them in the holes, but I'm going to try starting with seeds. This is cilantro. This is some arugula. which is not doing great, but it's hanging on. And then I have some, oh, here's some kale that's starting. Look at all those. They're starting their true leaves, but it's not focusing. And here I planted some Swiss chard, but looks like they're struggling with all this mulch. I had a bunch of grass growing up against the house, and I recently started clearing pathways around the house. Kind of a buffer zone to keep pests away. I'll show you, here's the side of the house. I'll show you the other sides. This is continuing on from that side. There's the plumerias. Here's I haven't kept up with these, watering them and stuff. That's why I haven't updated about them. I'll probably clean them up and post about them later. But yeah, here's where I was clearing the grass and stuff. I planted some peas here, but it's been quite a few days, so I'm not so sure that they're gonna come up. It was completely covered in water for a while. I don't know if they rotted or what. Yeah, here's the other. Still need to bring the string trimmer through here. I've taken out some stones. And then here's the all the wood. I had a big pile of wood in the back here. A big pile of trim trees and branches and stuff, and I trimmed them down and start making a mulch bed. And then I put some down there and under the trees and trimmed the trees a bit. The neighbor wanted the trees trimmed so he could bring his tractor underneath. Here's the other side of the house. Oh, jeez. And here's the front of the house. I've trimmed the trees here in front of the porch. Some of these I still need to trim some more, but they're all going to be this height eventually. And this is what I'm about to do around the house, is mulch. So I've got a little pathway here coming from the front of the entryway, and I'm gonna mulch along the house and keep the grass down. Show you this sweet decorative sweet potato. It's obviously not being affected by the oak leaves. This one's not looking as great, but I had one of the neighbors, their cows got out and started chewing on a bunch of my plants. Some of the palm trees are damaged by cows. The palms over there. So now I've come down by the gate where I have the palm trees on both sides, and I've started trimming the grass along here. Eventually I'm going to go all the way around the property. So I can actually walk around my property. And also I planted a moringa. And so far, here in December, it's doing great. It wasn't growing much when I first put it on this mound. The roots had been damaged, and what my experience was, it didn't get enough water. Supposedly they're really good with lack of water, but this is a young one, and in this spot it just didn't get a lot of moisture because it was on a hill, on a mound, and the sun was shining on it. So I put this grass mulch around it, and that's when it started growing. Also, the weather cooled down and it started raining more, so that's also why it started growing again. But I'm looking forward to next year, to springtime and summer, when this thing will probably take off, I imagine, from what I've heard people say about these things. Okay, another thing I got going on is when the neighbor took out a bunch of trees and stuff, he let me have the stumps. So there's actually some mulberries here that are still alive, and I just got to take these stumps and put them in a hole so the tree can recover. So I got some free mulberries. That's the only problem is it's going to be a little tough to get them into place because they're probably really heavy, and I gotta sort that mess out. And there's, as you can see, there's some bananas in there too. I think they're all baju. I don't think I have any edible bananas, including these over here. I think they're all baju. I'll have to get some ice cream bananas, or some other edible varieties, and I'll probably use these for mulch for the most part. I might keep a few, but I'll figure out what to do with them later. See how tall the grass has gotten. I'm going to take you over to that side of the property. Here's over by the forest. Changed my mind about using sticks for pathways. It's easier to mow pathways than to than using sticks, because the grass just grows up through them. And I mean, if you had a lot and you took a lot of time, and you could do it, but yeah, and then you use mulch. But I think I'll use mulch for the plant areas, and then mow the pathways. So I've done quite a bit of trimming down here. I'm just gonna let that break down, and I'm gonna use it for mulch under the trees. Gotta get rid of some poison ivy here and there. So this is the other side of the property. I've been mowing over here, and as I've been mowing, I've been piling the grass along the property line. So so my plants don't bother the neighbor. Eventually I'll have all this mulched, and when I bring in wood chips, this is one of the first areas that I'm going to mulch. Keep this under control. Here's one of the mulberries. Got it mulched, and looks like the wind and cold weather is getting to it, or something. Maybe the water. It must have been the wind, because I did not plant this, so This is cool seeing this here. I always wanted one of these. I'll definitely keep that and spread it. There's one of the sugarberry trees. Yeah, and then just here's where I've got a pathway going to the pond area. And I still need to clear this area. So I'm going to be clearing the pond, clearing the sides. And I've found out that this is the best way to deal with property that you can't handle, is to get the edges and make pathways by mowing. And then you just mow a little bit more and a little bit more each time. And if you keep it under control, which is kind of hard to do in the summertime, but if you keep it under control, it'll be a lot easier to take care of than to just let it grow, because then you got to get out the machete. But some of this stuff will naturally clear out, because as the plants grow, they'll shade the grass, and then the grass will die back, and then you can lay it down with a machete and create your own mulch. So that's what I'm planning to do with most of it. So yeah, the pathways and letting stuff grow seems to be the best way to deal with the property that you can't, that's too big for you to handle. Here's an example of the little islands that you eventually come up with as you clear pathways, pathway here, pathway there, and then there's an island of plants, an island of plants here. I'm gonna clear these out, but then over here you've got wild plants there, wild plants here, and just clear around it. So it actually turns out looking pretty good. So this is, I'm getting there. It's starting to shape up. And then I've got, pathway here, pathway here. It's not that hard to keep pathways mowed. It's just, it's way easier than mowing the whole thing. I don't have a riding lawnmower, and there's a lot more things I could spend the money on. Oh, since I cleared this area, I can show you where the bananas, if they're still there. I don't see them. This is the one. It's obviously starting to fail. Here we are. Well, something got to the bananas. Maybe that's why the plant is bent right there. Anyways, I'll turn that into mulch later. That's another thing I'm planning on doing, is going through all these and taking out the smaller ones, leaving the bigger ones. Yeah, so there's a lot going on. Also, over by the garden, the citrus here that I didn't know what it is, I think it's an orange. I don't know if it's a navel or what, but I probably should pick this one, and because it's starting to get soft. Probably should pick that and eat it. But yeah, I think I have an orange tree, which makes me happy. No fruit on the wild one yet, the trifoliate.